All hope all are doing well. Class 11th. We are starting a new topic here of the writing section, that is letter writing. So we all know that letters are written communication and writing letter is an art. It is mastered through practice and the importance of writing letter cannot be overemphasized. Letters in English is an important part of your writing skills, and please go through the formats and the kind of letters we have in our curriculum. So students, most of the letters are familiar to you. You already know the formats, but probably there can be little change in the things. So let's go through what kind of format is right and what is actually wrong. We have, as a student, you all have a lot of confusions when we do the format writing, especially of the formal letters. So on screen you can see that letters are of two types, formal letters and informal letters. So there are different kinds of formal letters, like we have job applications, letter to editors, letter to principal, complaint letters, order letters, reply letters. And then in the informal letter we have the condolences, congratulations, invitations and all that stuff. So let's talk about the structure of a formal letter. Now first is the address of the sender, that's we call it sender's address, date, then receiver's address, salutation, subject heading. Okay, so after salutation you can put subject, body of the letter, that is again divided into the subparts, introduction and the main body and the conclusion. Then subscription, and which we call it closure generally, and then the signature. Signature here means like designation or something which we mention there. So the address of the sender is the first format part which you have to write. Generally it's like I've taken something from some book, and it's like, they have written it in 2 to 3 lines. So you just try to compactly figure out the address. You shouldn't write it in too much detail and cover 3 to 4 lines. In spite of that, you can just write the main address or the block number, the street and the pin code. That's it. Then comes up the date. So date formats are like, one is British style, that's given here. So 10 July 2011, that we call it British way to write or to represent the date. And then comes up the American style, that month will come generally the first, and then the date and the year. So here now at present we are actually opting this second option. Okay, so July 10 2020 you can write like that. Then we have the inside address, that is receiver's address, sender's address, date, receiver's address. So here it is about, it's given it in detail. However, the word MS, that is miss, should not be used. Before the name you generally can write sir or ma'am in formal address. So very importantly, you shouldn't write dear everywhere. Okay, whenever it is needed, then only we should put dear, otherwise sir or madam is sufficient. Then comes up the salutation or greeting. So salutation or greeting, the writer uses appropriate words for the receiver according to his or her relation. The salutation comes just below the address of the recipient. Its first and last word should be written with a capital letter. Then there are, like I have mentioned it here, dear sir, sir, dear sir, respected sir, madam, dear madam, likewise. Then the subject heading. Okay, so subject heading is like subject, what we call. So you can just mention the subject which is actually given in your question. So you have to put that particular thing into a line. You should not exceed the subject in 2 to 3 lines. It should be very compact again. then the body of the letter, introductory paragraph, then the main body and the concluding paragraph. So the body of the letter, it is the most important part of the letter. It contains the actual message to be conveyed. It may be broken into various paragraphs, and a formal letter must have at least 3 paragraphs in the body of the letter. So you need to have this in your mind, that this is the way generally we divide the formal letter. Then the subscription. Okay, subscription is like, in a polite way you leave, or you just say yours faithfully, yours obediently, yours sincerely, yours truly. Okay, so these are kind of subscriptions which we use. And then the signature here is designation. Okay, so don't get confused putting your own signatures in a very stylistic manner. No, we just mention our name and the designation if it is needed there. Then some optional parts are there. We always use reference numbers when we have to write the order letters and all that. Then enclosures, generally if we enclose certain files or biodata in the application, then we write this word enclosures, enclosed or attested. Okay, so CC is copies, likewise. Now the guidelines, very important. Be brief, be concise, be very clear. So clarity, conciseness and preciseness you need to take care of in the formal letters. Then the layout or the format. Okay, so it's always very important that how you are writing your particular format in a block way. Indented forms, you have to find, you have to actually figure out the margins and everything properly. Do not mix the two formats. It would be better for you to practice and follow the block format. So what do you mean by block format here, beta? Block format means that you shouldn't write the cursive style while writing the format, because especially no one can understand that what kind of letter you are writing, what kind of address you have written. So block means you have to just do not adopt that cursive habit of writing when you are mentioning your formal letter format. Use simple and direct language. Be courteous, okay? And then you can't complain directly, you can't criticize anyone. Okay, so you shouldn't actually put your own thoughts into the letter very directly, in this, especially in the formal letter. But you have to be very much formal, very much straightforward too, but in a polite and charming manner, in a very polished manner. So these particular things should take care of. Then there is no indentation. Each block contains with a margin, left hand side margin. Omit punctuation addresses in address, date or salutation. In case you put a comma in the address, use it throughout. So these 1, 2, 3, 4 points are very important. Please go through it. Golden rule: suitable format, well organized content and appropriate language. 3 important things for the letter writing, dear students. And here is the complete format. See this: sender's address, date, receiver's address, subject. Then we have salutation, then the 3 parts of the body, letter body, and then the complete closure. And then the signature, that is designation if needed. Okay. So now the letter to editors. Greater flexibility, suitable to subject, formal, direct and pointed. Letters to principal and authority, simple and direct letters, formal but polite tone and straightforward manner. Now these kind of business letters we have, writing good business letters, brief, clear, appropriate paragraphs. Okay, make a factual statement of facts, avoid commonplace and clumsy expressions, use a proper layout, format, punctuation marks. So Very important points. I have described it. Just read it, go through it. Again, the format on your screen. Then let's have one particular format of letter to editor here. Then the letters of application. Okay, so application, job applications, biodata. This is the name, full father's name. Okay, educational qualification. This is very important. With the application, you have to make this biodata. This is the important point. And then there are certain questions which I have discussed here. Can you see on the screen? You are Sahil, the sports secretary of your school. Write a letter to Globe Enterprises, a leading firm dealing in sports. Now, subject trade catalog for sports good. We have to buy sports material directly. We are starting here. Dear Sir. So you can write Sir also here. We are interested in cricket bats and balls, hockey sticks, balls, goalkeepers, full kit, footballs. And mention the items which you really want. And here you are writing the order letter. Please mention the rate of the discount on the catalogs. Now again you are getting the letter from them. So it's a reply letter. See this. We are a software company and we need the following items in a bulk. Now see this whole item is, as we are ordering in bulk, we would expect discount on the bulk purchase. We expect a reply at the earliest possible along with the acceptable terms and conditions. So here is some important order letters. Okay. These are the order letters, students. I am going to give you the PDF. Please just go through that. Replies to inquiries. Now this is, first we have done the inquiries and now this is the inquiries reply. Received your affectionate letter and was glad to note that you are going to complete 10th standard. I felt elated when you sought my advice whether to opt science or this. I would therefore suggest that you would opt the commerce. So this is just the reply letter. Okay, I hope you understood it and please go through my PDF files for further explanation.